The bluest purple light.
I know for a fact that wasn't me.
Okay.
Huh? That's the way the judge has said it.
I need units back here now with video cameras. Now!
Sorry, say that again now.
Okay, I just told them we were working with you all. We've been working with you all for a while, and we haven't had any problems. So as far as the racing through lights, I'm not sure what that was about, but that's not something that I said to them. So everything I said was pretty much on the up and up, because we haven't had any bad experiences with you all. He brought to our attention that I guess you all don't have liability insurance.
We do, but they keep saying we don't, so, but that's neither here nor there.
Wait a minute.
Saying we don't, so, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, so, I mean, that was his main point to me, that you all aren't properly insured.
Right.
He had mentioned something about impersonating police officers, which is not what we've experienced with you all. One of the questions that was asked was, how did you present yourself when we initially met? And I told him, I said, to be completely honest, I can't even remember when we initially met, but the business that we've had has been strictly escort.
Right.
That's it. So, I mean, that was the gist of the conversation. Me just letting him know we didn't have any issues. We haven't had any issues. He shared with me the statutes that you all fall under, that type of stuff. But, I mean...
Did he advise you? Did he tell you that an off-duty deputy sheriff hit me with his truck on your funeral that day?
No, he did not tell me that.
Okay. So ultimately what happened was when you guys went through Princeton and Mills, you were still following the car. A truck kept cutting into the family's funeral, slamming on his brakes, and the family members were honking and honking and honking. And I requested the truck to get out of the way. He didn't. I got a little more aggressive to ask him to get out of the way. At that point, he hit me with his truck and then rolled down his window and said he was a police officer and he was going to arrest me for telling him to get out of the funeral. So then he did that all the way until we got further down the road. And so that's why they're even involved.
Right. And that's what I suspected. I suspected whatever happened because I knew something happened. I just didn't know what.
So he didn't even advise you that's what happened?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
So all he was there was asking basically if we were running red lights and running sirens and stuff, right?
Well, he didn't even ask me that. He was trying to get me to provide him like any documentation we may have with what you all may have provided to us at any point. And I told him there is no documentation, So he was trying to collect information. And I just told him, our business with you all has been strictly escort. But I did not know what happened that day. He told me something happened, but he did not go into details. But I had heard from one of the family members that there were quite a few cops, like a little bit further back in the procession, that, something happened. But nobody went into details to tell me exactly what transpired.
Right. You didn't have any family members say that you had a black truck that kept slamming on the brakes or anything like that?
No, nobody.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the only person that said something to me who was in the procession was my aunt. She was a part of the procession, and she's the one that told me that, like some cops came and some people ended up being pulled over on the side. So that's where that information came from my aunt. So the family didn't report it directly to me, but my aunt, because of that relationship, she did say something to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time, and
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, because he's trying to say currently right now, he's saying that he interviewed you, and that's why I wanted to get your statement first. He said that he interviewed you, and you said that we were racing ahead by 2 or 3 different traffic lights, and
Did not.
yeah,
Did not.
that's what he's trying to say, that, you know, the funeral director witnessed that we were racing way ahead, taking like 3 or 4 lights in advance, and I said, Sergeant, that's bullshit. That's exactly what I said to him. I said, that's bullshit.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
but
Those words did not come out of my mouth. And you know what? He asked me, did I want to be recorded? And I told him, no, I didn't want to be recorded. So I don't know if he recorded it anyway.
Right.
But if he did record it anyway, you will not hear me saying that.
That's fine. And that's why I wanted to talk to you, because I know the one kid that they're threatening really hard, and he's like crying and he's talking about quitting. He was riding in front of you at 25 miles an hour the whole time, and he never left the front of your car. He was in his car, and they're trying to say that he was racing up and down the road and he was impersonating, and I'm like,
no way.
He was in front of the funeral director the whole time at 25 miles an hour. He never went faster.
Exactly.
So
exactly, and that fact remains because. Remember I called you and I was trying to figure out where you were taking us because we were going so far around?
Yeah.
You know, so at that point, you know, I had no choice but to follow. If I
Right.
didn't follow him, I would have been lost because I didn't know which way we were going.
I know, and that's what I told them, and they're telling me that I'm lying, that they got your statement. I was like, listen, I know for a fact that's not a true. I said, that's bullshit, Sergeant. That's bullshit. There's no way, one, she said that, and two, that there's any other truth, because that never happened.
Right.
I'm sure you don't really know the area, but Princeton and Mills is a pretty, it's a dead end, but it's a big intersection. And they were saying that the car that I'm talking about, the young man photo, drove into the intersection, flagged everyone out of the intersection, and then got back in the car and got in front of you. And that's what you had said. And I said, that's bullshit too, Sergeant. So I was like, he never left the front of her car ever. So.
Right. That's true. That's true.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, and I'm sorry that this is happening. I hope that it doesn't resemble badly on my company and our business, because that would hurt my feelings. So, especially since we've worked with you for so long. So.
I know. So, all right. Well, I hope everything works out. I hope it doesn't go any further than this. But I mean, if you all need me at any point to give a statement, because I was the funeral director on the service, please feel free to give us a call.
I appreciate it. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
All right.
My badge! Where's my badge? Where's my badge, Rania?
I have it on a body cam downloaded.